how kids work. Albert Aguilera.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Love can move mountains. It can raise a nation or destroy a nation. Love can raise a happy child. And thankfully, those were my circumstances. I was in 6th grade. I had loving parents. I had so much hair, my head looked like a mushroom. More importantly, I had a smile that can make anyone's heart melt. Unfortunately, I lived in the hood. All I wanted to do was to fit in. So, in order to fit in, I had to stop letting my mom dress me so that I could sag my pants and I could look cool like all the other kids and walk like that. I had to learn how to cuss so that I could talk the right talk. And I had to learn how to fight so that no one would pick on me. One day, I had a crew. I walked with my crew. We weren't a gang. We were all friends, but we called ourselves a crew. We would walk together. And word comes around that Felix, a kid from the other crew, has been talking trash about me. And where I come from, you don't talk trash about someone with a crew. So I approached Felix during recess. And I said, "Hey Felix, I heard you talking trash about me." And he says, "What if I am?" And I said, "Why would you do that?" And his boy Christian stepped in and said, "It's because you deserve to get your butt whooped." And that's when my boy Giovanni stepped in and said, "Hey, if it's going to go down like that, you have to go through me first." And that's when Felix said, "All right, if it's going to go down, then Friday after school on the field." It was Monday. But because you're in 6th grade, you don't want to get expelled. You don't want to get caught. So you have to plan. So Monday passed. Tuesday came. I went to Taekwondo practice. Okay, so maybe I'm not Jackie Chan. In my mind, I was more like Bruce Lee. Wednesday, took a little bit of boxing. And finally Thursday, I showed up to school and I heard the news. Felix and his crew, they had cousins that were in gangs. And they all got a supply of pocket knives. And so because we heard that, we got pocket knives. And we were ready. Finally, Thursday night, believe it or not, I was nervous. When you're 12 years old and you're about to use a pocket knife the next day after school on the field, you're a little bit scared. I asked my brother for advice. Luckily, my parents weren't home. And I said, "Look, I'm about to get in a fight tomorrow." He said, "All right, let me train you." We went to the room and he said, "All right, hit me." And I said, "Hit you?" And he said, "Hit me!" And I said, "Okay." And I mustered up a tap kind of like that on his chest. "Come on, hit me!" He was serious, and I started feeling tense. I almost started crying. And I started hitting him. Harder! 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 Finally, he looked at me as I was trying to punch him, but barely pushing him back. And he just punched me in the face so much that I fell down. And I got up. He said, "Come on, get up! Hit me harder!" And I started trying harder and harder, but then I just cried, ran into my room, locked the door. And I realized I wasn't ready. He realized that too. So he did what every kid fears. He told on me. My parents sat down with me that night. And I'll never forget my mother's sincere words. She said, "Albert, we didn't raise you like this." My dad was different. He was just infuriated. He said, "Absolutely not. You are not allowed to go to that fight, or else you're not allowed to come back home." To be honest, I don't think I was going to be able to come home if that fight did happen. So the next morning I showed up. I saw Giovanni, my boy. I saw Felix, the kid from the other crew, and his boy Christian. And I told them, and I said, hey guys, I can't make it to the fight, or else my parents are going to kick me out of the house. And I don't want to be kicked out, because I still have video games to finish. I can't leave about those video games. So just like that, everyone said, all right, if you don't want to fight, we won't fight. And everyone stopped it like that. I was only trying to fit in. All kids are trying to fit in. Brian Tracy once said, he's a famous author, famous coach. He said it best. He said, we spend most of our lives trying to earn the respect of the ones that we love the most. How long have we been doing that? Love can move mountains. It can raise a nation or destroy a nation. Love can raise a happy child. And thankfully, those were my circumstances. Thank you very much, Joseph.